Hi there, Coach Nate here from Stage4Designs.com. One of the first questions that we always get when we install a Ninja course is, great, I have this whole structure in my backyard now, how do I use it? And we'll usually take the time when we do our initial install to rig up a line of obstacles or a sequence, but over time, any ninja is going to want to change those and they have to know how to do it safely and properly. So this video should help you, parents, kids, ninjas, to learn how to rig your obstacles safely both at home, or should you be so lucky as to ever work in a ninja gym, you'll have a leg up on the competition there. So we start this conversation with our climbing slings, okay? These are the simplest and easiest tool that any ninja is going to be using to rig up their obstacles, okay? They come in a variety of sizes. Right here we've got our red little guys, our yellow longer guys. One quick item of note, the yellows are exactly double the size of the reds. There's another level up from this that's a blue that's exactly double the size of the yellow, and then a gray that's double the size of the blue. For most applications, you're going to be using the yellow or the red, okay? So say you have an overhead bar like this. The safest way that we've found to attach to those is loop it over the top like this, grab the bottom end, pull, and pull down. Now this simple mechanism right here will hold over 2,000 pounds of weight. Now that's including any sort of G-forces that you're generating, swing weight, as you're moving from obstacle to obstacle, okay? So this is going to be plenty sturdy for most ninjas to get by. So then from there, how do we go about attaching an obstacle? Here we have one of our Stage 4 Designs 12-inch rings, available at Stage4Designs.com, made out of 2 layers of Baltic birch and painted this beautiful yellow color, which we are so fond of, okay? Now from here, there's a couple of options that I have. Number one, I could take one of my red slings like this. I could loop it here like that. And if I'm lucky enough to have a handy carabiner nearby, I can take this and I can hook right like that, okay? Now I have an easily swappable obstacle that I can swing from here, and if I wanted to swap this out for, say, a cannonball or something else, that can very easily be done. But anyone who's been around a ninja gym or a home course long enough will tell you these things are like solid gold and generally in short supply because they have a tendency to walk away. So what do you do in a situation where you don't have anything other than just your yellow sling and your ring? Let me show you. So we're going to take this guy right here like this. We're going to take the ring, pull the sling over and around, and then what we're going to do is work the sling around the perimeter of the ring. Bingo. Now we have an attachment point here, an attachment point here with no carabiner at all. This will last however long you want to leave it outside for. Kids leave it out over the winter or something like that. Here in New England, we get some pretty brutal ones. We have tested these on our home course, our prototype course, and found that this will actually hold up through multiple seasons of snow and sun and rain. So this is going to be your best bet right here. Now, what do we do when we have a situation where we need to combine 2 slings together? Either we want to get a little bit more distance or length, so we want it to hang a little bit longer, or we want to be able to swap our obstacles a little bit more quickly. Some obstacles we find work a lot better with just a red sling around them, something like a trapeze bar or something like that. Here's one thing I want you to not do, especially you people who have outdoor courses where obstacles are left out through the weather. Here's what we see a lot. We've got our first sling here, right? All right, that's great. Now, I want to add a little bit of extra length to this. So my first thought is, can't find a carabiner anywhere because nobody ever knows where those things are. Why don't I just go straight from this sling to this sling? Now, this will show you, you can do it, right like that. And there's nothing wrong with that, and this will hold. It doesn't degrade the quality of the climbing sling or anything like that. But here's where I'd caution you, okay? This little guy right here is going to keep working its way tighter and tighter and tighter. The longer you leave it out there, the more reps that it sees. God forbid you get a rainstorm and then it heats up in the sun, or this is left out for a few weeks at a time. I guarantee you leave this out long enough, it will be as hard as a diamond, and there's no way you're going to be able to get this knot out. So while this is fine and safe, I recommend against it just because now what you're going to be left with is one sort of cyborg of a climbing sling, and you've wasted money on 2 perfectly useful climbing slings that have now morphed into one. Instead, if you can, if it's available to you, we go, oh, I happen to find that one climbing sling that I was looking for. Whenever you're making that connection, always carabiner between your 2 slings.